Hey folks, this is Mike Naso here from IPR365.com with an update on Hurricane Rina. And when we got our tropical storm this morning, I planned on doing an update. It's been quite a while. The Atlantic Basin has been surprisingly quiet. However, what I found to be the case this afternoon was a very quick intensification of our system in the Western Caribbean into a hurricane, the sixth of the season. And there you can see Hurricane Rina sitting there in the Western Caribbean, not moving very fast at all. Not an ideal environment for strengthening, but enough to where Rina is forecast to become a major hurricane. We also have a wave entering the southeastern Caribbean in a very favorable upper level environment, but the interaction with Rina and being in that area of the Caribbean probably means we won't see too much from it, at least not in the short term. Here's the latest as of 2 p.m. on Hurricane Rina. There will be a new advisory coming out at 5. It was at 17.1 north, 83.0 west. Winds were 75, gusting to 90. It's moving northwest at 4 miles an hour, very slowly. And again, that general slow motion is expected to continue until at least Wednesday. 991 millibars. Recon had seen it as low as 989. And again, Rina is forecast to become a major hurricane and then start to turn north and then east-northeast. So a landfall in Cozumel or a close scrape of the Yucatan is likely, but a direct landfall cannot yet be ruled out. Now note afterwards the track turns so far to the east that it might almost stay in the Caribbean, not even come into the Gulf, but an eventual threat to Florida also cannot be ruled out. And you can see the models here. Some of them do take it towards southwest Florida in the longer ranges, but until then it's the Yucatan and even western Cuba that will have to deal with this system. And to be honest, the track isn't that far off from Paula. Remember Hurricane Paula last year? If you don't, I don't blame you. It wasn't around a long time, and it became a Category 2. It was very tiny briefly, and then it weakened, and by the time it got over Cuba, it was weakening and dissipating, and we never had to deal with it. A far cry from becoming a direct impact or a major hurricane and having hit Florida, as a lot of October storms do. So the track of Hurricane Rina may not be far off from Hurricane Paula over time. There's the satellite image of the hurricane, and you can see Rina continues to try and form an eye. Not an ideal looking satellite image, but a lot better than what it was earlier this morning. And you can see throughout the day it has spun up. Although the convection is still rather warm, it is showing more signs of symmetry, that classic hurricane shape. And you can see there the general motion has been on off towards a bend to the west. It could loop around a bit. Some of the models are showing that, but in general, a motion off towards the Yucatan as a major hurricane is what we are looking at right now. You can see the upper level winds to the north are not favorable at all, and so if Rina became a Category 3 or even a 4 hurricane, it would likely be weakening significantly, and again, with the more eastward track expected, a landfall in Florida, while not impossible, is not likely at this point in time. Note the rest of the Caribbean very favorable here with low shear. You can see that better. The wind shear 60, 70 knots right here, only 5 or 10 over the hurricane, which will give it time to strengthen before heading in to areas of higher wind shear. So we're going to keep an eye on Hurricane Rina. I will have a more thorough update next time. I'm Mike Naso from IPR. Stay tuned to IPR365.com.